The real meal that clears your arteries after 60-incher. Every morning, millions of people over 60 sit down to what they've been told is a heart-healthy breakfast. Maybe it's oatmeal, a glass of orange juice, or a bowl of whole grain cereal with a nice red heart logo stamped on the box. They trust those labels, they trust the experts, and yet heart disease remains the #1 cause of death in America. Something doesn't make sense. For decades, doctors have warned us about cholesterol and saturated fat, claiming they clog our arteries like grease in a pipe. But what if that was never the full truth? What if the real culprit behind blocked arteries isn't fat, but inflammation, sugar, and years of insulin spikes from healthy processed foods? I'm Dr. Adam Watanabe, and today we're going to expose that truth together. I'll show you the exact meal that science now proves can clean out your arteries, restore circulation, and make your heart stronger with every bite. This isn't about magic pills or extreme diets. It's about understanding what your arteries truly need to stay flexible and clear. You'll discover how simple ingredients, foods your grandparents probably ate daily, can reverse years of silent damage. Stick with me until the end, because by the time you finish this video, you'll know how to rebuild your arteries naturally, without fear and without confusion. Let's begin. The forgotten truth about heart disease: if clogged arteries were really caused by cholesterol, heart disease should have disappeared decades ago. People have eaten less fat, more grains, and gallons of heart-healthy seed oil, yet the problem keeps getting worse. Why? Because the real issue isn't fat, it's inflammation and insulin resistance. Inside every artery is a thin lining called the endothelium, a living layer that keeps blood flowing smoothly. When this layer is inflamed, it becomes rough and sticky, trapping particles that form plaque. And what causes that inflammation? Not butter, not steak, but sugar, refined carbohydrates, and constant snacking that push your insulin sky high all day. High insulin levels trigger oxidative stress, which stiffens arteries and raises blood pressure. Think of it this way: cholesterol isn't the villain, it's the firefighter arriving after the fire has already started. Blaming cholesterol for heart disease is like blaming firefighters for the blaze they're trying to control. Real healing begins when we calm the inflammation, stabilize insulin, and feed the body the nutrients that repair that endothelial layer from the inside. This is why many of the so-called low-fat diets fail. They strip away the very fats that protect the heart while loading you with carbs that silently poison it. The endothelium, the silent guardian of your arteries. Inside every blood vessel lies a layer so thin it's invisible to the naked eye, yet so powerful it controls your heart's entire future. It's called the endothelium, a living membrane that decides when your arteries open, when they contract, and how your blood flows through your body. Think of it as your internal gatekeeper. When this layer is strong, blood moves like a smooth river, carrying oxygen and nutrients to every organ. But when it weakens from sugar, stress, or inflammation, it becomes rough and sticky, like sandpaper inside a hose. That's when cholesterol and calcium start to stick, forming plaque. Over time, this plaque narrows the arteries, reducing blood flow and raising your risk of heart attack or stroke. Most people don't realize that the endothelium is alive. It breathes, communicates, and even repairs itself when properly nourished. It thrives on nutrients like magnesium, vitamin D3, vitamin K2, and nitric oxide. These compounds keep the arteries relaxed, flexible, and self-cleaning. Without them, the arteries grow stiff and brittle, trapping toxins and starving your tissues. The tragedy is that most modern diets ignore this layer completely. Processed foods, artificial oils, and constant insulin spikes suffocate it. But here's the good news: studies show that within just 2 weeks of improving your diet and lowering inflammation, the endothelium begins to heal. Once it does, blood pressure drops naturally, energy increases, and your arteries start cleaning themselves, the way nature designed them to. Insulin resistance, the real cause of clogged arteries. You've been told for years that cholesterol is what clogs your arteries, but the true culprit is insulin resistance. When your body becomes resistant to insulin, your cells stop responding to it, forcing your pancreas to release even more. This constant flood of insulin damages the inner walls of your arteries, making them inflamed and vulnerable. Over time, these irritated walls begin to trap cholesterol particles, not because cholesterol is bad, but because your arteries are now injured. Imagine pouring syrup into a smooth pipe. It flows easily. Now imagine the same syrup through a pipe lined with cracks and bumps. It sticks. That's exactly what happens inside insulin-resistant arteries. The solution isn't cutting all carbs, it's controlling when and what kind you eat. Natural, low-glycemic foods keep insulin stable and protect your arteries. Fasting overnight or delaying breakfast helps your body reset its insulin sensitivity each morning. This is why low-carb and ketogenic diets are so powerful for seniors. They restore fuel balance, allowing the arteries to heal naturally. When insulin drops, inflammation falls, nitric oxide rises, and circulation improves. In one study, adults over 60 who stabilized insulin through diet reduced arterial stiffness by over 25% in 8 weeks. The lesson? You don't need fear or medication, you need balance. Once insulin calms down, your arteries remember how to heal. Nitric oxide, the molecule of life in circulation. There's a reason doctors call nitric oxide the molecule of life. Without it, your blood vessels can't relax, your muscles can't receive oxygen, and your brain can't stay alert. Nitric oxide is what tells your arteries to expand, like opening a valve that lets life flow freely through your body. But after age 60, your natural nitric oxide production can drop by more than half. That's why so many older adults experience cold hands, dizziness, fatigue, and that heavy feeling in the legs. It's not age, it's a loss of nitric oxide. When this molecule disappears, the arteries stiffen, blood pressure rises, and your heart has to work twice as hard just to keep up. Luckily, science has revealed how to restore it. Foods rich in nitrates like arugula, spinach, and beets are nature's secret nitric oxide boosters. Once you eat them, your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide gas, which travels through the bloodstream, relaxing arteries and delivering oxygen to every cell. Even light exercise and deep breathing stimulate nitric oxide production. Add a little magnesium and vitamin D3, and the effect doubles. Studies show that seniors who increased nitric oxide through diet and sunlight improved blood flow by 25% in just 3 weeks. The result? Lower blood pressure, more energy, and sharper focus. The next time you feel tired or sluggish, remember, you're not low on energy, you're low on nitric oxide. Feed it, and life begins to flow again. Vitamin D, the heart's forgotten hormone. Most people think of vitamin D as just another supplement for bone health. But what few realize is that vitamin D is actually a hormone, one that every cell in your body depends on, especially your heart and arteries. Nearly 80% of adults over 60 are deficient in it, and that deficiency silently drives high blood pressure, fatigue, and arterial calcification. Here's how it works. Vitamin D activates the genes responsible for producing nitric oxide, the molecule that relaxes your blood vessels. Without it, your arteries become tense and rigid. Worse, low vitamin D causes calcium to wander into the wrong places, like your arteries, instead of staying in your bones where it belongs. That's why heart scans of older adults often show calcium buildup, the early sign of artery hardening. But when you restore vitamin D levels, everything changes. Your arteries soften, blood pressure normalizes, and oxygen delivery improves. Even your mood lifts because vitamin D stabilizes serotonin. The best source is sunlight. Just 15 minutes of direct exposure on your skin can trigger thousands of chemical reactions that support your cardiovascular system. During the winter or in cloudy regions, supplementation is vital. Experts suggest between 5,000 and 10,000 IU daily, combined with vitamin K2, which ensures calcium stays in your bones, not your arteries. Within weeks, blood pressure can drop naturally, and circulation improves. Vitamin D isn't just a vitamin, it's your body's daily signal to stay alive, strong and full of vitality.
Magnesium, the mineral that keeps arteries young. If your muscles cramp at night, or your heartbeat sometimes feels irregular, your body is trying to tell you something. It's begging for magnesium. This mineral is the quiet architect behind over 300 reactions in your body, yet it's one of the most common deficiencies among seniors. Magnesium keeps your arteries soft and flexible, preventing the dangerous calcification that turns smooth blood vessels into brittle pipes. Without it, calcium builds up in the wrong places, your joints ache, your blood pressure rises, and your heart stiffens under pressure. Think of magnesium as your body's natural relaxer. It helps muscles, including your heart, contract and release smoothly. But magnesium does more than calm the body. It lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that silently raises blood pressure and tightens arteries. It also supports the production of nitric oxide, the very molecule that allows blood to flow freely. In clinical studies, seniors who restored magnesium levels reduced arterial stiffness by up to 42% in just a few months. The best food sources include pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, and avocado. Simple, everyday ingredients that can change the way you feel within weeks. If you prefer supplements, choose magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate for better absorption. Combine it with vitamin D3 and K2, and you create a powerful trio that reverses calcium buildup and restores artery flexibility. Magnesium doesn't just protect your heart, it helps your entire body feel calmer, lighter, and more alive.
The testosterone connection. Why hormones matter for your heart. Most people never connect testosterone with heart health, but research now proves that testosterone is one of the body's strongest protectors against cardiovascular disease. For both men and women, this hormone regulates muscle mass, red blood cell production, and nitric oxide, the compound that keeps arteries open and blood pressure stable. Yet as we age, testosterone naturally declines, and modern life makes it worse. Plastic chemicals like BPA found in bottles and food packaging mimic estrogen and suppress testosterone production. The result? Weaker muscles, slower metabolism, and arteries that lose their elasticity. Low testosterone doesn't just affect mood or energy, it changes your entire cardiovascular system. When levels drop, nitric oxide production plummets, arteries constrict, and cholesterol becomes harder to regulate. But the good news is that your body can recover naturally. Studies show that regular strength training, magnesium-rich foods, healthy fats like olive oil and eggs, and even exposure to morning sunlight can raise testosterone naturally. Vitamin D also plays a crucial role, acting like a hormone amplifier that restores balance. For older adults, even modest testosterone restoration has been shown to improve endurance, heart function, and overall vitality. The message is simple: your heart doesn't just depend on diet, it depends on hormones. Support them, and you'll not only feel stronger but also add years of independence and clarity to your life. The real heart meal. What to eat to heal your arteries. For decades, you were told that red meat clogs your arteries and that heart-healthy cereal and seed oils would save you. Yet after 50 years of that advice, heart disease remains the #1 killer. The truth? Most heart-healthy foods sold in boxes are engineered by marketing, not medicine. The real meal that supports clean, flexible arteries is built on whole, natural ingredients that stabilize insulin, reduce inflammation, and provide the nutrients your endothelium craves. Start with grass-fed red meat or wild fish, rich in zinc and heme iron, 2 minerals that boost testosterone and nitric oxide production. Add a handful of pumpkin seeds for magnesium and antioxidants. Next, include a large portion of arugula or spinach, both packed with nitrates that trigger nitric oxide and relax blood vessels. Top it with a drizzle of olive oil, nature's anti-inflammatory fat that protects your arteries from oxidation. If you include cheese, choose raw or aged varieties high in vitamin K2, which keeps calcium out of your arteries and in your bones. Studies confirm that this kind of meal, high in clean proteins, good fats, and green vegetables, doesn't raise bad cholesterol. It does the opposite. It improves HDL, lowers triglycerides, and restores circulation. This is the exact opposite of what mainstream health campaigns have promoted for decades. Real food heals, processed food hardens. When you return to whole ingredients, you feed the inner lining of your arteries exactly what it needs to rebuild. Sunlight, sleep, and the natural rhythm of healing every system in your body, from your heart to your muscles, runs on a natural rhythm, and when that rhythm breaks, everything begins to fall apart. Modern life keeps seniors indoors, surrounded by artificial light, disconnected from the sun that once told their bodies when to repair, rest, and renew. But here's what most doctors never mention: your arteries have their own sleep cycle. At night, nitric oxide levels rise, blood vessels relax, and your body performs vital repairs. Missing sleep or staying up under bright screens blocks this process, leaving your arteries stiff and tired the next morning. Equally important is sunlight. Just 15 minutes of exposure triggers vitamin D production, balances hormones, and improves endothelial function, the very layer that controls your blood pressure. In one study, adults over 65 who walked outdoors daily saw a 20% improvement in arterial flexibility within 4 weeks. Combine morning light with deep, restorative sleep and you unlock your body's natural self-healing clock. Avoid late caffeine, heavy dinners, or blue light before bed. Instead, create an evening routine that calms your system. Try magnesium tea, gentle stretching, and gratitude journaling. You'll sleep deeper, wake lighter, and your arteries will thank you. Healing isn't only about what you eat, it's about how well you live in sync with your body's timeless rhythm. The perfect balance: how to keep your arteries clean for life. Your arteries are not pipes that clog, they're living, breathing highways of life. Every heartbeat sends a message to your cells, telling them to repair, grow, and thrive. But that only happens when you give your arteries the right environment to stay open and elastic. Think of it like a garden. If the soil is acidic, the plants wither. If it's nourished, they bloom. Your arteries work the same way. The soil of your bloodstream must stay rich in minerals like magnesium, balanced with omega-3 fats, and protected by antioxidants from foods like berries, spinach, and olive oil. When you do this, inflammation fades, calcium stays in your bones, and your arteries stay smooth and clean. The secret isn't cutting everything out, it's restoring balance. Avoid the fake foods that inflame the system, sugary drinks, seed oils, and anything labeled low-fat. Replace them with nutrient-dense meals that nourish your cells, and most importantly, move your body daily. Even light walking improves blood flow and keeps plaque from settling. Your arteries respond to how you live. They're flexible, forgiving, and ready to heal. With each healthy meal, every walk under the sun, and every night of deep sleep, you're not just preventing disease, you're rewiring your body for strength and vitality. The science is clear, the body never stops healing, it only needs the right conditions. Give it that, and your arteries will stay young for decades. The truth about healing after 60, most people think aging is a slow decline, that weakness, fatigue, and clogged arteries are normal. But the truth, my friend, is that your body is waiting for you to give it permission to repair itself. Every single cell inside you is capable of renewal. I've seen 80-year-olds rebuild strength and energy once thought impossible. Not with pills, not with extreme diets, but by returning to the fundamentals: real food, sunlight, rest, and balance. Your arteries can become clean again, your heart can beat freely again, and your energy can return, not because of luck, but because of choice. Every sip of water, every meal, every morning walk, they're all votes for the body you want to live in. You are not too old. It is not too late. If you start today, you can rewrite your future. I've prepared a complete 30-day artery restoration plan, showing exactly what to eat, drink, and avoid to keep your circulation youthful. You'll find it in the pinned comment below. If this message resonates with you, don't leave it here. Share it with someone who needs to hear that healing is still possible. Subscribe to stay with me, Dr. Adam Watanabe, as we uncover the quiet science of aging well, one truth at a time.